This video is sponsored by the AV Summit, an online convention for the AV enthusiasts, happening October 25th to 29th. Big changes are coming. Go to theavsummit.com for more info. Brought to you by the show's platinum sponsor, Hisense, with their 100-day no-regrets guarantee. They'll also be doing a giveaway of their brand new L9G Trichroma laser TV, an included 100-inch screen, and to our diamond sponsor, Kaleidoscape, the best-in-class movie players delivering the finest cinematic experience available for the home. Why did I choose to do this at 3 a.m.? What's up, guys? So I was about to go to bed, so I got this email that's saying that the Denon introduces new AVR X1700H. So I have the X4500H and the X4700H. So I have an idea, and I think this is the lowest tier in the X range because they have their S range. And so let's take a look at this together real quick. I don't know much about it, and I just got the email. 3 8K HDMI inputs to accommodate latest 8K sources. All right. I'm assuming all that stuff works because recently they've had to send out these boxes because the 4K, what is it? 4K 120? I don't know. I don't game, but some of that stuff wasn't working. They had to, their fix was to send out a separate box. But all right, let's see what this has. 7 channels of amplification, 80 watts per channel at 8 ohms, full range at 0.08 with 2 channels driven. Dolby Atmos, of course, Atmos height virtualization, DTS-X, DTS Virtual X, and you can either do 5.1.2 by installing height or in ceiling speakers, or you can use elevation speakers. Okay, so you can use those ones where it bounces it upwards. They have this virtual height surround. So let's say if you don't have any speakers that fire upwards, you don't have any ceiling speakers, it can kind of virtualize that. It's kind of what those sound bars are doing, where it kind of gives you the idea of some height. I've never gotten a chance to play with that, so I can't say how well that works or not. 8K HDMI video section with eARC. Includes 3 8K inputs, 8K 60, 4K 120 video pass-through. All right. This video stuff I leave to the video experts like my buddy TechnoDad. He tests all this stuff on his TVs to make sure they're working or not. Okay, Hios built in. We've talked about Hios before. It needs a little bit of work. It has Odyssey room correction, which is good. That's what we want. It says uses Odyssey Multi EQ XT. Now on the higher versions, they have Multi EQ XT32, and I'm not exactly sure what the difference is between these. I'm assuming that the XT32, the higher end version, just probably has more filters, is my guess. Back here, we were talking about these. I just remembered it doesn't say Oro, which we'd expect. That's only on some of the higher end stuff. Even the 3700H doesn't have that. All right. Okay, so this is kind of cool. It looks like you can use the editor app, right? Huh. I thought that was only for the XT32. I guess not. So you can start doing your custom curves and things like that. And I'm not sure exactly what you're missing with the XT32. I'd have to talk to my buddy over there, Jeff Clark at Odyssey. Let's see. Dual speaker. Okay, so this is cool. Has the dual speaker presets. I find that really handy on the X4700H because when I'm in the editor app, I might do 2 different things, 2 different settings, and I'm trying to test between the 2, and it makes it real easy to just switch back and forth between the 2 presets. Another thing that you can do is you have those 4 kind of like quick settings, and you can program each setting and have each one have a different preset. You know what I mean? So you can have maybe the first 2 have preset 1 and the other 2 have preset 2 with their own kind of individual changes. All right. What else to say? Dialogue enhancer. Lets users adjust the dialogue on the fly. It has a Bluetooth audio transmitter, which gives listeners the opportunity to enjoy their favorite content via Bluetooth. Headphones can be used either as Bluetooth only playback or simultaneous playback. Okay, simultaneous playback with connected speakers. I mean, I've tried this before. I've seen a lot of latency. So they don't expect to be able to watch something and listen on the Bluetooth headphones. That's my experience with mine. I don't know if it's different on this one. Okay, so it works with Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, Apple Siri, Josh AI, and third-party command protocols like Control 4. Just know that if you're looking at this, that is not, it's not the type of integration that you might think. It's not like I'm gonna tell my Denon remote play this song. Not really. So if you have some Google Home devices or Alexas, you can tell it to tell the Denon what to do. And I think it might work through the Hios app, something like that. I mean, there's a lot of ways that your phone can communicate with AVR. They even have third-party apps where you can control the volume and change all the settings from the app. So it's not as advanced as it might seem. But one good thing is this price, $6.99. So you guys know that a lot of the prices went up on a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff is not available. So this says available starting November 21st. So this is good. You know, if you're just starting out, you know, I mean, I would have been pretty happy with this back in the day. You know, right now I'm spoiled. I got Oro. I got all these like speakers up. I don't know. I probably have like 13, 14, 15 speakers. Who knows? But yeah, this will get you started. Right. So 5 channels. So 5 ear level speakers and subwoofer. So 5.1. And of course you can expand that out later. And 2 height speakers. So you can get into some Atmos at least. So $6.99, that's cool. Free delivery, 60-day returns. Let's check out this this video here. All right. This is it. All right. There's the back. All right, he's plugging it in. Oh, you got a hipster coffee set up there with a pour over. All right, see, it's easy. It's easy to use. She's doing yoga, eating sushi, and that's it. See? So there's the takeaway. Sushi, looks like yoga or something, and AVRs. That's all you need to know. All right. That's the crazy thing about these. You think it's just audio, but no, it has to do all kinds of video stuff too. Works with your favorite voice services. Use your voice control. All right. Like I'm saying, it's not, I've never used that. I've never used any of the voice control stuff. This remote looks familiar. This looks like, I remember seeing a similar remote for their S line, which is not bad. You know, I've used actually, what was it before? An S720. Very inexpensive, and I think it was decent. It doesn't have some of the advanced features. It doesn't have any pre-outs or anything like that, but it's a good place to start. Enjoy your favorite audio through your Bluetooth headphones. Okay, they keep talking about this Bluetooth thing. That thing better work. DTS HD Master, yes. DTSX, yes. Neo X, Neural X. So Neural X, I think this is their up mixer. So if you play some stereo content, you'll be able to still be able to up mix to that. Virtual X, yes. True HD, okay, so uncompressed and Dolby Atmos. All right, cool. Dolby Pro Logic 2, no. Aaron's not gonna be happy about that one. He needs his Pro Logic 2. Surround, yes. Height virtualization, yes. Okay, multi-channel stereo, dialogue enhancer. Gotta have that. And all right. No Oro, of course. Gotta say that. Anything else? Anything else interesting here? I mean, $6.99. Rune tested. Okay, AirPlay 2. Okay, those things work. Raphael, Dolby Pro Logic, that's like 30 years old. It is pretty old. It's just we tease our friend Aaron that he's still rocking Pro Logic. I'm just looking at all the logos here. Dolby Vision, Roku TV. So it looks a little bit, I guess, not as tall as the other AVRs. It's a little, how do you say that? It's not as tall. Remote is different from the one that I have. It's not going to be backlit for sure. It might do that thing where it kind of glows in the dark. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Little side view action. This reminds me a lot of the S series. Maybe Chana knows in the comments what the difference is between the X series and the S series. It's always confusing because if I were to go to, buy something like this, I'd always wonder, like, should I get the higher end of the S line or the lower end of the X line? Yeah, if anybody knows, I'm sure Chana knows in the comments. Okay, here's the back. So we got analog inputs, audio, pre-outs. Okay, so pre-out for zone 2. So that's cool. You can connect some other speakers maybe in another room. Okay, audio input, pre-out for what? Is that subwoofer 1 and 2? That's cool. Well, I mean, for the most part, it's probably just splitting that off. But it's cool that they took the time to give an extra RCA so you don't have to use a Y splitter. Video output, coax in. You have 2 optical, what is this? Optical in. So if you have a TV that does optical out, I guess, or CD player or something like that. Network. All right, you can see the Wi-Fi here. IR control, and it says 3 of them here that are labeled 8K. Right, front, left, center, surround right, surround left, surround back right, and surround back left. 5, and then you can make these your height channels if you want to do Atmos instead of rear surround speakers. You got your product photos. By the way, this looks like the Polk Reserve line. I really like those. There's that coffee, You gotta have your coffee with your AVR. Oh, that's that Slim Center channel. Yeah. In the Polk Reserve series. Looks like a soundbar. Look at it's this is lower than that. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Okay, it looks like your Sony AV system from 91. All right. I said it plenty of times. AV receivers are the caboose end of the yes, you always say that, Chana. Caboose end of the technologic train. Very traditional looking. Yes. Nexus Lee says next generation AV systems will have colored OLEDs. Yeah, I have an NAD T778 that has a nice touch screen on the front. It's cool because they can do stuff like they can put like VU meters. They can show album art on there. I like it. Chana, what's the answer? Okay, here we go. Looks like Chana has the answer. He says AVR X series high-end receivers with top quality sound. Did you just copy and paste this? High-end receivers with top quality sound and design. AVR S series mid-range receivers for those with a smaller budget. High-end receivers with top quality sound and design. What is that? So what does that mean? S series is like not mid-range quality. I still don't. That doesn't make sense to me. I need to know what the difference is. That's all marketing right there. Technodesk says basically they're trying to get a budget-friendly AVR with the S series, which usually doesn't have the same features as the X counterparts. But what is the difference? What is the difference? I guess, we can go on the website and take a look and see what the differences are. It's always hard to shop between these, They don't make it easy. So Raphael asked, do you think the sound signature of the S series is different from the X series? One thing I did remember from the S series, because it was lower power, it really didn't get as loud. Like, that's one where I could actually notice, like, I wish this could get a little bit louder. And that was at the time I had an X4100 W. So there was a big difference there. What else did I notice was a difference? Because they both had Dolby Atmos. Yeah. I'm not sure. It's just a feature set. So Technodesk being like real, like, the difference is that one has an S and the other one says X. Yeah, let's take a look at the website. How about that? Let's go over here and see. Okay, S750. So here's the X1700 699. There's the X1600H for $649. And right next to it is the S750. So this is $100 difference from the 2019 models. The S750, $549, $649 on this one. Let's just see. So, okay, so it doesn't have a front faceplate. All right. This looks very similar. See, even this one has a 2 subwoofer outputs. Yeah, the main thing I'm noticing is different faceplate. Let's see if the remotes are even different. Or this has the lack of a faceplate, I should say. Does that have a front cover or not? Okay, let's look at the inside. Let's see if those look different. 1600 and this one. Okay, so this is S750. What are we noticing? It's different. Like, yeah, I don't see very much there. So Technodad says room correction isn't the same. Labrat says X series is not much different from the S series until you get to the 3700H, and then you get the better Odyssey and independent sub outs. Yeah, so yeah, we're talking about how it has the 2 subwoofer outputs, but they're not independent, right? When you get to the 3700H and up, I guess you can level match them, right? So if this one's a little too loud, you can turn this one down to match this other one. Whereas with these, they're both, it's just split, right? So it can't adjust the levels on one of them. And pre-outs, 11 channels of processing, correct. Yeah, now we're talking about the difference between, just going up to the 3700H. But I'm really just very curious about the S series versus the X series. I'm going to have to call some of the folks at Denon and figure that part out. We should know that. We should know that. I think we get real spoiled. We start talking about, of course, the highest end of everything. And I'm sure they sell a ton of these too. $549. I remember I was talking to my uncle and I wanted to get him set up with a system. And he wasn't, he could afford anything on this website, right? Doctor, right? So he could afford, we could step up to Marantz, whatever. But he didn't really want to spend much more than $549. That's just how it is with a lot of folks. They don't want to spend the same amount of money that we're willing to spend because they're probably just not as into it, So I figured, what? Let's get him something, and if he decides to upgrade later, that might be cool. And it is 3:45 a.m. and I am sleepy. But yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. If anybody knows about the X versus S, leave it in the comments below. How do I end the stream? I'll see you guys. Good night.